Vandowa loved toys. She loved soft toys and building toys. She loved dolls and cars. Most of all, Vandowa loved shiny new toys. One day, Vandowa was walking to school with her mother. They passed a toy store with a big window display. Vandowa stopped to admire a beautiful, sparkling toy robot. It had flashing lights and moved its arms. Vandowa wanted it so badly. Vandowa couldn't stop thinking about the robot. She already had many toys at home. She knew her mother wouldn't buy her another one so soon. But Vandowa really wanted that robot. She wished she had enough money to buy it herself. If only I had enough money, she thought, then the robot could be mine. As they continued walking, Vandowa noticed her mother's purse was slightly open. Vandowa saw some money inside. An idea popped into her head, a naughty idea. I could borrow some money, she thought, and then I could buy the robot. Later that day, Vandowa waited until her mother was busy in the kitchen. She quietly snuck into her mother's room. Vandowa found the purse and took a few coins. She knew it was wrong, but the thought of the robot filled her mind. Vandowa quickly left the house and ran back to the toy store. With the money in her hand, Vandowa felt a mix of excitement and guilt. She bought the robot and hurried back home. Vandowa hid the robot under her bed, her heart pounding in her chest. This is my secret, she thought. No one will ever know. That evening, Vandowa's mother discovered the missing money. She was worried and upset. She asked Vandowa if she had seen it. Vandowa, scared and ashamed, lied to her mother. She said she hadn't seen the money. Vandowa felt a heavy weight on her shoulders. She knew she had made a mistake. The next day at school, Vandowa couldn't concentrate on her lessons. She felt terrible about lying to her mother. She decided to confide in her best friend, Lebo. Lebo listened patiently as Vandowa explained everything. She told Lebo about the robot, the stolen money, and the lie. Lebo was a kind and honest friend. She understood how much Vandowa wanted the robot, but she also knew that what Vandowa did was wrong. Vandowa, Lebo said gently, taking something that isn't yours is stealing, and lying makes things worse. Vandowa felt tears welling up in her eyes. Lebo was right. Lebo continued, you need to tell your mother the truth. Apologize for taking the money and for lying. Vandowa didn't want to tell her mother the truth. She was scared of what her mother would say, but she knew Lebo was right. She had to make things right. Section 4. Facing the music. That evening, Vandowa gathered all her courage. She went to her mother and confessed everything. She told her about the robot, the stolen money, and the lie. Tears streamed down her face as she spoke. Vandowa's mother listened quietly, her face a mixture of disappointment and sadness. When Vandowa finished her story, her mother hugged her tightly. Vandowa, she said, I'm sad that you took the money and lied to me, but I'm proud of you for telling me the truth. Vandowa felt a wave of relief wash over her. Telling the truth felt good. Vandowa's mother explained that stealing and lying are wrong. She told Vandowa that she loved her very much, but there would be consequences for her actions. Vandowa had to return the robot to the store and apologize for taking it without paying. She also had to do extra chores around the house to earn back the money she had taken. Section 5. Making amends. The next day, Vandowa and her mother went back to the toy store. Vandowa felt embarrassed and ashamed as she returned the robot to the shopkeeper. She apologized for taking it without permission. The shopkeeper, a kind old man, smiled understandingly. Everyone makes mistakes, young lady, he said. It's important to learn from them. Vandowa felt a little better after returning the robot. She knew she had done something wrong, but she was trying to make things right. Over the next few weeks, Vandowa worked hard to earn back the money she had taken. She helped her mother with chores around the house. She even offered to do extra work. Vandowa's mother was proud of her for taking responsibility for her actions. She saw that Vandowa had learned a valuable lesson. She decided to forgive Vandowa, but she reminded her that honesty is always the best policy. Section 6. A lesson learned. From that day forward, Vandowa promised herself to always be honest. She learned that it's important to ask for permission before taking something that doesn't belong to her. She also learned that lying only makes things worse. Vandowa realized that honesty might be hard, but it's always the right thing to do. The experience taught Vandower a valuable lesson about honesty and responsibility. She learned that actions have consequences, both good and bad. And most importantly, she learned that it's never too late to make things right. Vandower continued to love toys, but her desire for honesty and good behavior shone even brighter than any shiny new toy. Remember, always be honest and ask for permission before taking something that isn't yours. Honesty is the best policy.